Hey, it's MK, and I am back with day 6 for the COAPA Cut Files, 20 Days of Christmas Fun. And for this one, I pulled out some of my dies as well. So I used this die right here that has kind of like pine needle bushy stuff. I used it on felt, and I have to tell you guys that the felt is rather weak. And so it's kind of sort of good, but not really. And then I used the Christmas pines for the green for the greenery. So I just used the long pine needles. Now I'm pretty sure that there's a difference between the different type of, these ones are pine and these ones are evergreen or whatever. I'm not really sure, but I wanted the two different looking needles, I guess. And then I also have these uber old buttons. I don't even know where I got them, but I have these uber old buttons that have the shanks on the back. So I'm just going to take some die cuts and cut those out, die cutters, I should say. And then I have a bunch of photos, but right now it looks like half of them are buried and half of them are at the top. I also have these cute little wooden pine cones that are just wood, and then I stained them. There's little, in the Joann's section, there's little gel stains that are really cool, work really well with the wood veneer. I also have this really cool, very Christmassy green paper from Tonic Studios. And here, back for another debut, are these Pink Fresh stickers. And then look, I brought this back too. Maybe I'll actually use something from it. It's the Simple Stories one. Oh my gosh. And then I have the Graphic 45 Christmas Time. You guys, this is gorgeous. It has gears all over the place. Yay, it's so me. And then these are the stickers that came with it as well. So I will pull out a few papers because I'm not really sure if I'm going to use this red paper or not. So we'll see. And then I also pulled out, there's the rest of my photos with stuff got scattered. You guys should seriously see my room. It's awful. So there's all the photos that I'm going to go through and see which one I want, or which ones I want to do. And then these are 3D stickers from Simple Stories as well. I'm not sure if they're going to be used, but I pulled them out. And then I have these two left over from a previous layout that I, just thought I'd toss in. Again, I don't know if I'm going to use them or not. I have the other piece of that red snowflake paper, so I'm going to use that. And then I took my cut file, cut it out of white, and then I sprayed it black. I'm going to do a double page layout. So there are the two white pieces that I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip my cut file. Yes, I am. I love a plain Jane background cut file, you guys. This is awesome to me. I absolutely love just splitting it up like this, ripping it up, making it look like it's kind of distressed on the edges, and then putting them on a 2-page layout. So this is basically how my layout is going to look, just like this. But I wanted to go through these papers and see whether or not I want the red, or I love this ornament paper right here. Look at all those gears in that ornament. Oh my gosh. And then I decided to pull out this plaid as well, because I thought, you know what? It kind of goes with the chaoticness of what is going on in the photos. So I'm not really sure. But I thought, no, it's kind of too much. And then I was thinking about putting the ornaments behind the grid paper. And then I thought, no. Well, then the white pieces of, where I ripped it were kind of bothering me a little bit. So I had to go and pull out my ink. And it's just black soot ink that I am using. Now I sprayed it with a Dilutions spray. And so when I ink the edges, it's kind of a little bit darker. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And I kind of like it. It's not too noticeable that they're two different inks, but it's okay. Realized I wasn't all, I was too far out of frame. So I adjusted my camera. And now I'm going to just go ahead and tack this down. I'm not worried about tacking the whole thing down because I want to tuck things in and around this grid paper. I do not want it to be, totally smacked on the layout. So I'm just working on the edge that I know is going to be covered up by the pattern paper. And because I don't want to put the pattern paper exactly in the center, I do want to lay out my photos, and which I already went and put, backed them with the green paper. I really like how they turned out. But I want all my photos to be touching the red is my goal here. So once I find an arrangement that I really like the photos to go in, I'm going to shift my red piece over until all the photos are touching the red. I don't know why I wanted them to do that. Probably so that way one didn't look like it was just floating in space. I'm not really sure, you guys. It has no design concept whatsoever. I just wanted them all to be touching on the red. That's it. I'm going to take that cut apart sheet, and off camera is where my trimmer is. So I'm going to cut out the borders from that cut apart sheet. And then that way I can use those up. Now I do take a few minutes because I'm still struggling with this trimmer, you guys. I purchased a cutter pillar, and it's I don't even know what it's cutter pillar. It's green, and I can't cut straight at all. Either that or I never have cut straight, and this one is just proving it to me. I have no idea. So I'm just taking a few minutes to trim off all the bits and pieces that it didn't cut off, because I can see it and it's annoying. I'm also going to take the time right now to tell you guys to request that you guys check out everyone else that is hopping along on this 20 days of COAPA cut files. Also, in the COAPA store is 25% off of all cut files, except for the bundles and something else. I think it's the prescriptions is what it is. Does she do prescription? Anyway, I'm so sorry, you guys. I just know that individual cut files are 25% off. And I think that that's great considering they're only $2 something as is. So it's like, really? That's awesome. I mean, and a cut file, you guys, seriously, a cut file, you can cut it as many times as you want and any size you want. That is so amazing to me. I find it so beneficial when I buy digital instead. I mean, I do have a bunch of one-offs. Don't get me wrong. I do purchase the cut files. Or no, I do purchase pre-cut ones because every now and then I do end up getting, and not from Virginia, I apologize, from other places that are out there, because of the fact that I know I'm only going to use it once. But when it comes to cut files that are more my style, I definitely will use them over and over again, like this background. This background is awesome. I definitely could have backed it with paper in specific ways and made it look like a really cool plaid. That would have been cool. Now that I think about it, I should have done that. But I do end up liking how this turned out as well. So today's prompt that I also forgot to tell you guys while I am going through all my goodies and sorting out what I will actually or would like to use, not will use. Basically what I do is I throw everything that I think I like on a wax sheet or on my glass mat and go to town. I do not, I don't worry about putting it back on the carrier sheet, especially when I'm working with a project that is 20 days of Christmas. So I'm definitely going to be, working with the same stuff for 20 days. If you guys haven't noticed that yet. But yeah, I forgot what I was going to say before I got distracted on what I was going to do. But be sure to check out everyone else's, links down below. You guys, my words, I am so sorry. Check out everyone else's links down below in the description box, who is also celebrating the 20 days of COAPA cut files. So make sure you guys do that, because I think a couple of videos I haven't said that. And, even though I feel like I'm a broken record, this might be the first video that you guys watch. So yeah. And then, like I said, I totally forgot what I was going to talk about, while I was picking out, the files or the product. I am so sorry, you guys. I can't wrap my head around anything today. It has just been a go day today. And I am just woohoo, a little loopy. So I am going to go ahead, off camera, I put my red pieces down. I started to do it on camera and then I messed up. So I had to take it up and recut it and washi tape some things together and basically Frankenstein it, which I'm glad you can't see. With patterns like this, you usually can't see because of the fact that it's a striped pattern. It goes up and down and left and right. And so when you make a cut that's wrong and have to glue pieces back together, then those stripes help hide those cuts. So I really like that. And that is also another thing I really like about this trimmer is it doesn't put a groove in your paper. You know how like those blades that you have to replace and they have the little points in them and you can go up or down with them. Well, you can go up or down with this one too, but they have the glider on them. They leave like a little indent, on the back of your cut piece. And so it's kind of like a border, an edge, a cut edge that is defined. And this one doesn't do that. And so when I butt two cut pieces together, I don't have that obvious seam. And I really do enjoy that portion of this cutter. So it's kind of nice. All right. So the first thing I did was I sorted out all of my felt pieces and just picked and chose where I wanted my clusters to be. And then I also, I was going to tell you guys the prompt. That's what I was going to tell you guys. The prompt for today is traditions. That is what today is. And our tradition is that we, on Christmas Eve, we each get a present and then we have a family present. So present that is for everyone. So if you notice the very first upper left photo, my kids are all holding a gift, and then my son on the far right is holding up two. Well, he has the family photo. It was his turn this year to open the family photo, and then the year in the photos, and then this year, 2021, my son in the green, it will be his turn to open the family gift. So we try to take turns. We try to make it fair because there's only the one gift, and somebody that gets to open two, that's not fair. Anyways, and it's always the same. The kids already know what's going to be in the box. There's a thing of popcorn in there for them. There is a hot cocoa in there for them. There's extra marshmallows in there for them because you have to have like 90% marshmallows and then 10% hot chocolate. If anybody drinks hot chocolate correctly, that's the way it is. And then you get new pajamas, and then the family gift is always a Christmas movie. And so and then usually they get a toy of some sort. When they were littler, it was easier because it was just a little stuffed animal. But this time it's starting to get a little bit like, oh, what do we get them now? And so they're perfectly happy with just the pajamas and the hot chocolate and popcorn. And then we usually on Christmas Eve, we stay up and watch movies and hot chocolate and popcorn. This year it's going to be a little different. Like I said, the older they get, the harder it is. And so we're actually going to do a hot chocolate bar. And so I have it all set up to where we've got peppermint candies to put in the hot chocolate and, what are they called? Butterscotch little cookie things. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Toffee, I think is what it's called. So yeah, I'm super excited. But for my layout, because I keep interrupting myself because I'm really good at that, I took the felt brown pieces and I divvied them up to where I wanted the clusters. And then I took my pine needles, my really long green ones, and I divvied them up to where it kind of blended in with the brown. So that way the brown kind of look like, it kind of looks like they're pine cones more than they are pine needles. But I really do like the look of the green and the brown. Even though the layout does have black on it, I don't mind mixing my browns and my blacks. I do have one large cluster going down the left side of my page, and then a medium-ish cluster on the right side. And then of course above where I want my title to go, I have a very small cluster. And I knew when I first started putting all this together that I wanted all the things tucked and woven in amongst the grid of this print. I apologize that I don't know the name of the print, and I apologize that I haven't been telling you guys what the print is. It just occurred to me that you guys might want links to quickly access these cut files. I don't think about stuff like that, you guys. Honestly, I just want to share what I'm making today. And, it just occurred to me yesterday that maybe they want links and quick and easy access to these cut files, but I don't. Once I started liking where all my needles and things were, my pine needles, I decided to go ahead and glue them all underneath my photo. And then I started tucking and weaving all of my stickers. I didn't know if I wanted to put my, how far over to put my stickers. I wasn't really sure if I wanted that green border or not. I kind of am committed to it, but not really. I do love the little postage stamps that I cut from the cut apart sheet. I just used some really uber old scissors that are called Stamp Design, which leaves a stamped edge. So instead of me trying to cut out every single one of those little loopies that were in the image, I just cut really super close and got rid of, and cut it out in the stamped form, which I really liked doing that. And it was fast and easy, especially when they're square. Nice and easy. And I just inked the edges just because of the fact that I wanted to make sure that what's it called? If I missed a black part, then they were covered up. So I did decide to put that green border down. I don't know why, but it just seems to finish off the unevenness of the photos. Some of them were just a little bit longer. Some of them were not. I really did like the fact that they kind of finished the photos off and made it a straight edge going all the way across. So it worked for me. You guys, I make stuff up. I'm so sorry. And then, of course, I'm using the title Christmas Tradition. I happen to have this pre-made word that says Christmas. And then I spelled out the word tradition in another gold. And it is a different gold that I am using. But I did not have enough T's, and I didn't want to use one. I put my L's upside down, and so that way the T is kind of just going on, one direction instead of needing to be both. I still read it as a T. It's just more of a modern T than it is, traditional T. But anyways, I didn't have enough, and I didn't want to use just one L, so I decided to use two L's instead, and just called it good. And then there's lots and lots, because this paper pack is called Christmas Time. It says Christmas Time like a million times on this layout. Every postage stamp says Christmas Time. The little red bit up at the top of the photos says Christmas Time. And I think the bit down below Christmas Tradition says Christmas Time. I'm not really sure. I did find some stickers that said Christmas Eve and then the word Traditions. So that was cool that I was able to put, Christmas Eve Traditions, because I almost put the word Eve on, behind Christmas. So it said Christmas Eve Traditions as the title. However, I didn't find a font fast enough that I liked to go with the two that I already had. And so I didn't want it to be too big, and I didn't want it to be too small. And so I just couldn't find it, and I'm okay with that. So here is my finished layout. You guys, I feel like I jumped all over the place when it came to voiceovering this, and I apologize. I don't know what is wrong with my brain today. Well, I don't know what's wrong with it every day, but I had a blast putting this layout together. I absolutely love how it turned out. I don't even think it looks too busy. I mean, it might look too busy to somebody, but I just love Christmas layouts like this, you guys, where it's kind of like one of those I Spy books, and you just want to keep looking at all the things to see what is on this layout. I have so much Christmas stuff that I could do this to almost every Christmas layout and still have enough left over for, 2 more years. I just really like it. So anyways, be sure to check out the COAPA cut file shop. She has an Etsy shop, and she is doing 25% off on that Etsy shop, as well as check out all the links down below. It is a different set of people playing along. So some people are playing along every day. And then there's a few gals that are playing along certain days of the week. There are a few gals that are only popping in for 5 or 6 days. It's just different every day. So be sure to check out the list every day and maybe, play a little I Spy yourself and spy a different name that you haven't seen in, say the last 6 days, and go check out her video or his. I keep saying hers, but it's there. And I will check y'all later. Thank you guys. Bye.